Hey guys, how's it going? Firebox here. I feel like right now, Fighter is getting all the love in solos. It's by far the most played class. And you know me, I like to play the classes that people seem to think are either not good or just aren't really worth playing. So I am here to bring you No Spell Warlock, and I'm going to tell you that it's still good and it's still viable. I was able to purchase my second stash tab by level 16 over the course of about a 2.5 hour period while I was streaming. I want to go over my weapon choices and my build, and then we're going to get into the PvP. So first and foremost, we're using Dark Reflection, Malice, Dark Enchantment, and Soul Collector. Now I know Soul Collector is one of the lesser used perks. However, the 5% additional damage with a total of 6 does make your Dark Reflection a little bit stronger. And I gotta say, Dark Reflection does a lot more damage than you would expect it to between your magic power bonus, your Dark Enchantment, which increases that damage, plus the additional 30% from Soul Collector, and of course, Malice. I would definitely recommend using these 4 perks. Plus, of course, we're going to be using Blow of Corruption and Phantomize, because we're not using spells. I do think Spell Lock is worth playing. However, you need a decent bit of magic healing. And while you're leveling up, especially when you do not have access to trade chats for magic healing, I just don't really think it's worth playing. Especially because the vendors are only selling grays and whites. So you can't even really get lucky and find magic healing. You would have to find it in the dungeon in order to make that work. Now, for our weapons, I'm going to recommend the Falchion because it's just by far the best one-handed weapon in the game. The reach is insane. The damage is great. I used a Lantern secondary just to have a little bit of extra stats, and the vision is quite nice as well. And I'm using the Halberd secondary. This is quite good. The Halberd still does not have a weak spot, meaning that you can hit somebody at any part of the Halberd and it will always deal full damage. Meaning that if you're playing against a class such as PDR Fighter, Barbarian, or anyone that's just going head-on and is not backing off, you can use the Halberd to deal very high damage as long as you're in an area that's favorable, because keep in mind, the weapon does hit very high up, meaning that you have a pretty high chance of bonking a wall, and if you do bonk something, you're probably going to lose because there is a pretty decent amount of wait time between bonking a wall and then re-hitting. So it's up to you to decide whether you want to use the Halberd or the Falchion. I recommend this for catching up to fast classes because I promise you, a Ranger, for example, is never going to let you hit them with a Halberd. I can't imagine a situation where they would ever let that happen. Rogues as well. It is pretty hard to imagine a rogue fighting you head-on when you're sitting there with a Halberd out. Now for your equipments, I'm going to recommend the Shadow Mask. With the introduction of the split stats, I think +1 all, +2 all, etc. is very strong. For gloves, I was just using riveted gloves. This may or may not be good. You probably want something with agility. This isn't really a fully fleshed out build. I was just using whatever I could find. But I do think that a general rule of thumb is movement speed is still king, just like the last time I played No Spell Lock. So light foot boots are extremely good. And these should probably be loose leggings for the additional agility as well. But we found a decent pair, so I figured I would just wear these padded leggings instead. For trinkets, again, I don't have a build set here, but I would still recommend any kind of agility that you can get. Because as of right now, our movement speed is about 101%. Of course, this is barehanded. But with this in mind, the additional Phantomized 10% move speed does make a big difference, and the class that really gave us the most trouble before was Rogue. And Rogue is not as fast as it used to be, which means if you build towards agility, you might be able to get some kills from players that normally would be able to run away, but they can't anymore. So just something to keep in mind. That's really all I wanted to talk about for this build. Let's go ahead and get into the PvP. Enjoy the video. want to thank you guys for watching this video. I hope you enjoyed it, and I hope to see some more Warlocks out there in the dungeons, because I'm sick and tired of fighting nothing but fighter. I want to thank Gamatron, Kid Brutal, and Old Dog for supporting this video, alongside all of my other members. Thank you all. Have a nice day.